Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Super Nick, Super Nick, Super Nick, Super Nicholas Bentner. Oh my gosh, I could not believe it yesterday. We were on our way to the game, turned the radio on to listen to what the team's going to be, and they announced it. Nicholas Bentner starts for Arsenal, and both me and my cameraman went, "Ugh." But you know what? Fair play to Nicholas Bentner. He proved everybody wrong last night. He went out there and scored an excellent goal, excellent finish, brilliant cross from Carl Jenkinson, by the way, who I've been saying this for a while, that as far as crossing's concerned, he's not a better right back than Sanya. Definitely Sanya has to start every time in those big games. But when it comes to crossing the ball, he is a long way better, to me, in my opinion, than Bakary Sanya. And he put in a brilliant cross last night, early stages of the game, and a great header by Nicholas Bentner. And he is good in the air. He's a very, very good player in the air. Cameraman, stop shaking your head. I see you down there. Right? He's a very, very good player when it comes to putting away balls in the air. You know, he's good with his head. I saw the goals that he scored for Denmark against Italy, which, remember, Italy have got a very, very good defence. Two great headers. And listen, fair play to the guy. He hasn't played for a very, very long time, since 2011 was the last time he played, and came in. It must have been a really highly pressurised game for him, because he knew that if he came in, didn't perform, you know, he probably wouldn't get nowhere near the team again, and also the fans would be on his back. And in all fairness to Nicholas Bentner, he did very well last night, I thought, especially seeing as you've got a player that has hardly played and put in a good shift and scored a great goal. Mesut Ozil as well, fantastic goal. You know, that pass by Ramsey for the goal was absolutely delicious. And the way that midfield was popping the ball around at times was absolutely amazing. And the whole team just couldn't live with it. They just could not live with it. My only criticism is that I felt that we should have scored a few more goals. You know, I mean, we dominated the game so much that I thought we should have got a few more goals. Sort of took our foot off the pedal a bit when it was 2-0. Hull, playing for pride, tried to really close us down and that towards the end, and we got a little bit sloppy, and you know, on another day we could have conceded one. So that I didn't like about our game last night. But everything else, listen, I can't complain. It's 2-0, 3 points, we're still top of the league, going into a tough run of games against Everton, City, etc., Napoli, but we're doing what we've got to do. And the important thing was, Olivier Giroud got a great rest ahead of some massive, massive games that are coming up very soon. Let's see what you guys had to say about the performance last night. Mark says, Ramsey, Ozil and Monreal were superb. Monreal last night. Gibbs has been such an essential player for us this season. But every time Monreal's stepping in, we're not missing Gibbs. And that is a massive compliment to Nacho Monreal. And he said, you know the team is doing well when even Bentner scores. Oh, come on, give him a chance. Luma7 says, fans need to give credit when credit is due in regards to Bentner. No point slagging him off when he does well. Benefits no one. And I agree with that. Listen, when he's done badly, we've been on his case. I thought he played well last night. Got to give him credit. Mike Arsenal says, you can't ask for more from Bentner. Scored a goal and worked hard. The fans need to get off his back and give him some credit. Jason Oxley, I can't read the other bit because it's written in Chinese. Unfortunately, my Mandarin is not very good. But he says, they say defence wins games. With 4 clean sheets in a row, we've proven that. So there's no surprise why we're top of the league. And I heard somebody say something the other day. They said scoring goals wins games, but good defences win titles. And I think that's so true. And our defence at the moment is absolutely superb. Long may it continue. Philip Robinson said, I thought Bentner played well, but he's no Giroud. If we win our next 4 games, the Premier League is ours to lose. And he says, bring back Thierry Henry. Right? Marcus says, another clean sheet and thought Bentner had a decent game, but Giroud and Sagna should start against Everton. I agree with that. Survival says, good to see Bentner finally playing for the shirt. All round good performance from everyone, but could have been more ruthless. And Dan Cronin says, aside from the 9 points, what else? He's asking me a question here. He said, aside from the 9 points, what else would you consider a success in our next 3 Premier League games? I'd say, listen, if we go to Manchester City and get a draw, if we draw against Chelsea and beat Everton, I'd say that's good. I'd say that's successful, as long as we don't lose any of those games. I mean, against Everton, we saw what they did against Man United last night. They are not going to be easy. They're a very, very good team. Only lost 1 game this season. But if we could beat them, that would be massive. And if we can get draws against City and Chelsea, places, I mean, we drew with City last season, remember, at their place. If we could repeat that, that would be good. If we can get a win at one of those places, say a win and a draw, it would be absolutely amazing. All we got to do, I think, go through those games and don't lose. And we'll still be on track. We'll still be on track. And I saw another comment here. I was going through some of the videos. There's this one fan here we interviewed yesterday, and he refused to give Nicholas Bentner any credit. He said, as far as he's concerned, he did not want Nicholas Bentner playing for Arsenal. He refused to give him any credit. But somebody here was backing him up in the comments because he's getting a lot of grief, by the way. I think it's Mr. Dizer Arsenal, Mr. Die Arsenal, right? He said that Nicholas Bentner. He said he scored with a header from 2 yards out. Any blue square player would score that. It was the build-up play and the cross that was really impressive, putting it on a plate for him. He didn't create any chances in the game for himself or any other player. We need to buy a striker next month. And he said the man in the video was spot on. We can't settle for players like Bentner, because if we do, we'll never win anything. He wouldn't have a hope of making our squad 10 years ago. Robbie, you know he's not good enough for Arsenal, right? Now I'm going to drop something here, controversial, right? I've been thinking about this. I think this could be a possibility. I was looking at it this morning. I think, why don't we go out there in January and I still think we definitely need to sign a top-class striker. Let's go and do that and keep Bentner. Keep Bentner as well. Because if you look at Arsenal's team, we've got Olivier Giroud, we've got Podolski, right? If we bought a striker, a world-class striker, we'd have him. We still need another striker. You need 4 strikers in this day and age. You look at all the other teams like Manchester City and Man United, and they've got 4 strikers. I think we need 4 strikers. So if Bentner was to perform, between now and January, why not keep him? But I don't mean keep him and not bring in a world-class striker. I mean keep him as another striker, because you never know. You've got games sometimes where you may need an impact player to come in off the bench. Injuries can happen. Say we bought our world-class striker and he got injured, and Giroud got injured. You look at Man United at the moment. RVP's injured. Rooney's suspended. What are they doing? They're going to have to call on their other 2 strikers. They're going to have to call on Hernandez. They're going to have to call on Welbeck. So there's an argument for possibly keeping him probably till the end of the season. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. Keep it clean, right? But leave it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV. Don't forget, it's Christmas is coming. And, I know you're scratching around and you're being bought out and dragged out to the supermarket and being dragged out to shops to buy presents. If you want to buy a unique present for your loved one or your brother or your mates or whatever, or even your kids, right? Go onto our shop on the website, arsenalfantv.com. We've got loads of t-shirts. Check this one out. This is one of my favourites at the moment. Mesut Ozil one, King of Assists. I love this t-shirt. These t-shirts, Aaron Ramsey ones, the Run AFC one. There's loads and loads of t-shirts, hoodies, etc. We've got some new mugs that are going to be on there as well. So if you're looking for a unique present for Christmas, check out the website. There's loads of stuff on there, and it helps us as well. helps pay for our tickets, etc. So check that out. Thanks for watching the aftermath. We go into Sunday's game, tough game against Everton. Lukaku and all those guys will be coming down. But I'm telling you what, the way we're playing at the moment, we're not going to be like United. Our midfield at the moment is awesome. And I just think that we can make another massive statement there. Then Napoli next week, then City. I mean, big games keep rolling in. But Arsenal right now, they've got no fear. And if we can get through these games, like somebody said earlier, it's going to be ours to lose.
Last year I interviewed you in more, should I say, harsher times, and you weren't very happy with Arsene Wenger at the time. But tonight, everybody singing one Arsene Wenger tonight. Wenger's back.
I was an Arsenal Wenger hater, but I've got to take my hat off. You're a wizard. You're a different class, mate. I've got to apologise. I'm sorry, Arsene Wenger.
What has he done? What has Arsene Wenger done this season that has turned? I mean, you know,
I put this out on Twitter and I mentioned it on the Gunner Ramble podcast. You know, when we talk about legends of the club, we talk about Henry, Bergkamp, Vieira, Adams, Wrighty, all of them lot. Pat Rice, in Arsenal's entire history, but in Arsenal's entire history, he's been employed by our club for 33% of our entire history.